a while. It's been a while since I did readings in a live. It's been a while since I pulled my cards and said, let's go now.
You made Pika excited.
Did I make Pika excited?
Yes.
Get excited, Pika. I know, it feels like forever. I've had people tell me, why you don't do lives anymore? And it's like, because every time I do lives, it seems like the lives aren't. Yeah, will you give me those other cards that are over there? Every time I go live, it seems like it never lets people talk or say anything. And I'm like, YouTube said to me.
So many
those that are loose. Those and the other ones. Because when the baby was here, he was playing with my cards.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You have all the rest of them?
I don't need those.
Okay.
I don't need those.
You have all the rest of the big ones I hand you?
Focus.
I guess, maybe.
I hate that. Whenever I turn on the light, it wants to go crazy.
Yeah. The two were having a field day with them, you know.
I know. Yesterday, it was my fault yesterday because I didn't have really good, sufficient backup. And I was like, no, don't play with the cards. And he was just like looking at me like, why?
Well, I was trying to stop them, but you're like, it's all right. And I'm like,
No, I didn't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need that green deck right there. I just figured, you know what? Every time I turn on the light for my readings, it blurs the actual. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for paying attention. I appreciate it. It's nice when people pay attention.
You said green deck, so I'll do that.
It's been a while. And I figured Friday is a good day to do readings, you know what I mean? We're getting ready for the weekend, and we got a new week starting next week, and who knows if I go live next week. By the way, these are the new Deviant Moon deck that I got, which is so pretty. I love this deck. Plus, you know, I got, what is with the hyper focus? Like, it has been crazy.
I don't know.
And again, maybe I've just done it all along, and I just haven't had the, you know, foresight to appreciate it because I haven't been live. I know whenever my cookie of doom wakes up, she's going to be like, oh my God, bitch went live. Holy shizzle. All right, I got to figure out what is going on with my webcam. Yeah, because it's driving me nuts. And I can't fix it. So I'm just going to have to go really slow, which sucks. Could also be because of the rain and shit, too. Jupiter, Jupiter, Jupiter. I love this deck. I wish I could find it again so I could get the actual deck to have it on display, you know what I mean? Eventually, I'm going to end up painting this room and eventually displaying my cards a lot better so they're out of the reach of dogs who are terrorists. See what the angels have in store for today. Okay, harmony is coming in the future. That means things are going to start settling. And be time to focus and figure out what works. Okay, I can appreciate that. Oh, plus you got to think, you know, over the last couple months, I took my own break from doing lives, and then, you know, his mental health is a thing. See, I don't know what's going on with this. Stop doing that. That focusing crap. Like, why? Let's see if I make it super bright. Yeah. Maybe that's it. Maybe it was just too dark and I was messing with it. Which, this is bugging me. From where you can see where I've been playing with clay.
Clay. And you have any,
I do.
You have wipes?
I do.
You have wipes.
Because I try to keep my area clean. It just doesn't work out. Like right now. My area is chaos. By the way, the baby found the dog medicine the other day. Because he finds everything.
He does. actually on my altar.
Yeah, he was altar jumping the other day. By the way, whoever joined and liked, thank you. I appreciate it. Right now I'm cleaning off my space because my ADHD is like, no. And we're just having some common chit chat. And you know the drill though to get your card. That is generalized. Which basically means it's picked at random. We see what's popped up. And then if you want questions, I do charge for questions if you're someone of you that's never been here before. But other than that, this is where we're at. And right now I'm shuffling my cards, waking them up from their slumber. I feel like something's happened with this deck because I feel like I had more than this. And I don't know because I've looked and I haven't found any. So maybe it's just me. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have so many decks and like the size, especially when it comes to like Oracle decks. Like it doesn't have to be a certain amount of numbers, you know what I mean, of a certain deck.
Right. I don't know how, I don't see any more of them.
I know. It's just like these. I always feel like there's one missing from these or two, but there's not. Which the chat should be unlocked. So it should allow anybody out there who is watching to actually be able to comment. Because I did make sure that for some reason with YouTube lately, it's been automatically locking into like has to be approved. And I think it's for the reason being that we got so many people coming in just trying to like tear people down and shit. And plus sometimes you get bots that come in, you know what I mean? You can't really help it. It's electronics and the internet, and it is what it is. But here we are. I've got calming music in the background. It's a rainy day here. And hopefully Dorothy doesn't blow away because winds are supposed to get anywhere from 30 miles per hour to like 50 miles per hour. So I'm like, oh no. I love my coffee, but I get doing other things and then I forget to drink the coffee and then the coffee gets cold. And then it stops. Yeah.
You ready? Here, I get it. Oh, I know you hate it.
Be a little bit festive while I'm waiting for people to wanting to come in and do readings or whatever. Slung that egg off. These are just some of the little things that I've been making lately.
They're very pretty.
I need one more though. I want him to be seen because he's so cute. Look at that. It's adorable.
It's rainy.
Little girl, I know you got work to be doing.
I already did it.
Okay. Did you?
It wasn't the. It was the other day for this day.
So you didn't have nothing for Friday?
Today?
Yeah.
No, I did. I already did it before today.
Oh, okay. So you did your stuff yesterday. Gotcha.
So I wouldn't have to do it tomorrow. Just today.
So while I am waiting to get peeps in and conversations to be had and started, I am going to go ahead and check some emails. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh, by the way, there is a lot of changes coming to the Devine Witch as a group. I'm currently working on our handbook. And we're going to be putting the handbook into operations by next year, which is exciting. And then for our staffing positions, we're going to open it up to the public. And when we do that, we're going to be having elections for it. So that's exciting. I can see you, Haley. How are you doing, sweetheart? If you would, just pick which cards you want. That'll be for your generalized reading. It's kind of one of the reasons I made these other than just wanting to make them. We got the gold bunny, We've got the little white bunny. This is kind of like the gold mushroom bunny. Then we've got the rune egg. We've got the gnome. And we've got Rocky. Because it's a rock. So you pick which one you want your one card to come from, dear. This is our tarot deck. This is our astrology deck, Celtic deck, dark shadow deck, and angel deck. White bunny. Holy crapola. All right. I'm going to let you pick. Because like I said, you got one card. 1, 2, or 3, babes. Do 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 do. Wee. Which one? 2, 2, 2. So for 2, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So we are moving forward, but we're being held back by issues. And I'm going to let you know, I know you've been going through it because of the other card that came before this one. The only reason I'm saying that is because it's one of the cards that everybody fears. That'll give you a hint into which card it was. Then for the future, we've got not the sign, but take a guess. And that is in reverse. So there's an emotional disconnect that's going to end up happening soon. So don't know why, but I wish you well.
Was the first one the dreaded card?
Yeah, the one that everybody fears.
The one that I got.
The one that every time comes up, I'm like, oh, what did you do? So basically, I know you're coming from a place of destruction, trying to rebuild. Just don't lose your emotional humanity in the process. That's not the thing that you need to cut off. Death card? No. The Tower is what you had beforehand. Death card I never really see as bad.
The Tower's like utter.
Tower is like the who walks to the edge. You know what the Tower always reminds me of is the movie Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp, and it's about the occult and like the devil and all that. And, like, that's what it reminds me of. But yeah, it's just progress. I think we've all kind of went through a Tower moment lately. I know I have. It's adjustments and things like that, you know, trying to make progress and change, and it can be difficult. Hopefully you've been good, rather, you know, other than, you know, destruction and rebuilding and trying to figure out things, you know, as good as you can. Trying to find the positive within the dark, you know. Which is another thing, speaking of wisdom within the dark, I've been using the Wisdom app. So if you guys have never used it, basically it's an app where people can have discussions, whether it be spirituality, other things as well, such as life, health, things that you may be interested in, whether it's gaming, movies, music, and all that. Mine obviously is focused on spirituality and paganism. And you can ask questions and then get answers and little lives here and there, which I think is nice because it says it, it's pre-recorded. You can share it to other things. I'm probably going to end up sharing a few of those on here since I haven't really put too many videos out. Which there's a few spell works that I want to do and go over that I feel like would be fun. Coming in the next month or so. I do so much that I have to jump here and there and figure out which way I'm going, you know what I mean? Because like I hyper focus on one area and then the others kind of slack, and then I hyper focus on another area than the ones I was previously doing slack. But like it's enough to where if you were following the jumping, you can be updated. Like a bunny. The hop. The squirrely hop is what I call it. Hello, Empress. How are you doing today, my dear? So, everybody that comes in, obviously, you get to choose one card for a general reading. Now, I've been crafting because it's spring, it's the time to create and bring things to life. So, we got the white bunny who holds our crystals, we got the golden bunny who holds our mushroom for little trinkets. We've got our rune, our gnome, and Mr. Rock
Mr. Rock.
because it's just a random rock because I haven't crafted a fifth thing yet. So,
Mr. Rock.
Mr. Rock. It's a pet rock, but it doesn't pee.
No.
Yeah. Important to know. But hopefully things are going good in your life and all that fun little jazz. Coffee is so amazing. I love coffee.
That's what I'm going to go for because I'm still waiting.
That's what we're all doing on this world.
Probably.
Is waiting for opportunity, waiting for change, waiting for something new.
Like I said, one day at a time, one step at a time, or something like that.
Oh, you mean the quote that I found yesterday?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, if we keep our head in the past, you'll never be able to live in the present or appreciate what the future can bring. And I really like that. It resonated because I think a lot of us, kind of get stuck inside the past, different conversations, things we wish we could have changed, people that we wish would have been different towards us or we would have been different towards them. So, it's okay to look at the past, but if it dictates where you're currently at, then you're not living in the moment and you could be missing out on things, which is obvious, but sometimes it's hard to see the obvious when we're dwelling on things. Which, by the way, speaking of dwelling on things and creating things and bringing things to life and, that fortitude of awesomeness, I've been writing a lot of blogs. We actually have quite a few of our writers that have been submitting different things for our blogs, which I'm going to share the link for you guys so that way you have it because, like I said, I always jump depending on where my hyper fixation goes. So this just kind of allows you to see the different things that I've been thinking about and others as well and sharing their knowledge. Because that's one of the things about, the Divine Witch in itself. Like, people came here for multiple reasons, whether it's videos or, readings or just a friendship. And, I like to use our platform to amplify voices and not suppress them. So, Wagmere, hello. How are you? By the way, everybody that comes in, you do get one free card. It's generalized. And you can choose between which character you pick from which deck. We've got the White Bunny, Gold Bunny, Rune, Gnome, and Rocky. Not to be confused with Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
I think. It's one of those two.
There
Where the word's inside your head but doesn't come out the way that you want it to. And I can admit that. I think we all struggle with words occasionally, either because of excitement or just brain function, And that's okay because we're all different in our own little ways. I would like to feature other people. Like, I do have a few local within, like, Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, but I do want to host some that may be far away occasionally. Oh, not a problem. You're welcome, my dear. And I've been good. We just been kind of, besides dealing with Divine Witch stuff and, my ADHD hyper jump, the hubby's been dealing with a lot of anxiety lately. So we've been trying to figure out with doctors what's the right approach, different things we can do. So that's been something that we've been focused on. Another reason I haven't really been doing lives as much is because last year my sister-in-law got diagnosed with cancer, which she's had her surgery, she's went through her chemo, but she's about to be starting radiation. So, I watch her kids. They come over during the week and mingle with mine. And so it's a lot of new things and scheduling. And, obviously I'm going to be there for those who need me. So if you ever need a reading or you need something from me or just someone to talk to, my email is always open, which is something else that was really funny. Because on our website, you can sign up, you can get, our post or monthly emails and stuff like that. And there's been one individual who keeps on saying, what spell work can I do to make me transition into this or that? Or, and I'm just like, yeah, you're going to have that. You know what I mean? It's entertainment, though, because, you see everything. So sorry to hear this, love and light. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the love, the light, and joy I can get into my life.
That's a lot of craziness back there.
I know right now my pug and my Nib Nib, or Bear, as some of you may know him, are playing Spartan.
They are.
Bear, don't be doing crazy stuff.
He's right here now. He's right over here.
Plus, we're getting ready for, Witch in the Woods, which is our biggest event. So you guys will end up seeing videos about that, different information, layout videos, the different things that we're going to have. I do want to start the podcast up again and start doing introductions of who's all going to be there. So you guys can, even if you can't come, you can see these people. You can get to know them. I'm also opening myself up as well for if anybody ever watches any of our videos or reads Modern Witchcraft with the Greek Gods, which I was featured in for my section on Hades, and ever wants to reach out and do a podcast or whatever, I'm open to that as well. Because I do a lot of interviewing for others, but I've never really thought about the process of being interviewed or putting it out there that I do accept the idea of it. So that's something I'm going to put out there as well. Which this year's theme for Witch in the Woods, we're going to do Greek. We will have other different faiths represented as well. Like we got some representing Celtic, some representing Norse. If we have other organizations or groups that want to be featured, like for information boosts or whatever, we're going to open that up as well. But it is going to be very Greek themed. The opening ritual is going to be done by me and the closing ritual. And then we've got a lot of like Greek classes, ancestral fires getting expanded on this year, which I've been thinking about like constructing the last ritual to encompass the ritual fire to our ancestors, since we are going to be doing one with Persephone and Hades, and it brings into, letting go. It also brings into the struggle one faces with loss. And we've got a wonderful pagan musician, not magician, that has a song that I think would be really appropriate for it. And then we got something special happening later that night that I can't talk about on any social media because it's a surprise.
It's special.
But it's pretty awesome. So there's that too. I wish I could tell you. If you're on our Patreon, you guys are going to figure it out. What exactly it is, because our Patreons get everything, which reminds me I have to actually make a Patreon post at some point because I've been a little bit MIA for the last month. So, but normally once a month, and as we get closer to different events, the frequency of like what I share, things that are going on, different thoughts, things like that, I share with the community because it helps us create events and stuff. Because my goal is by 2025 is to not only have a 501c3 that we've been talking about forever, but to be able to be considered like a church, but have it be a non-denominational pagan style church where different spiritual practices can be held at the location, give us ability to do more community outreach, such as for, the food drives, resources, places for worship for those who need them, a place to go for spiritual guidance or counseling, resources. So that's my goal, and hopefully I can make it manifest within the next couple years. So that's basically where we're at. So I'm reconstructing everything to where it's not just, okay, this is how we run, this is what we're doing, to where it's actually down on print. So that way when we do our filing, they see our process, how it's done, what is done. Every T is crossed and every I is dotted, so to speak. But I want to give my crew and our community a chance to deal with our handbook and how we are going to progress by using that handbook and bring in more of the community engagement into our group. Which I think that's one of the huge things that any group faces, is you get people who either want to participate in the community, but then the ideal of what the group or the community is doesn't match what their ideal of what it would be or should be. Or you have some that take on the reins of these things, and the next thing you know, guess what? It's too much, or life gets in the way, and it's expected.
Snizzy.
Snizzy. I got the sniffles and the sneezies, okay? My nose is like revolting against me. For anybody who is coming in, I am doing readings. As you can tell, I got my cards here. When you come in, you comment, you say, hey, I would like a general card or question. We're pretty relaxed over here. I'm not over exciting, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be like, oh my God, bitch, you are being fucked. Like, that's not my personality style. So if that's what you're looking for, I'm not your girl. I'm more of a calm, laid back kind of vibe, get the warm drinkity drink and see what it is. The only craziness that ensues is the ones behind me, and that's from my animals. You know what they want.
Sadly.
That's too much.
That would be the hounds of hell behind me. It is crazy. By the way, we did get to have a situation where here soon, Rue's Realm is going to be.
Look how warm she is.
Don't take her out.
No,
Don't take her out yet.
leave her in here. Poor Gizzy, which is one of my pugs, woke up this morning and she is not having a good sinus day. Yeah, a couple days ago it was my dog Yoda. I know, we're all going through the season change, ain't we, guys?
How come you don't get the sniffles?
Rather than not get any sicker out in the rain.
Because Pika drinks water and then clears out her nose by snotting on everything. That's my only theory as to why she never gets the sniffies, you know what I mean?
Now she wants to go out.
Well, she'll be taken care of. She's our baby cakes. Toria, anything that you plan to take with you to your aunt's, you need to get ready.
Yep.
Remember, you can't take makeup over there because the boys try to color everything. Well, that was quick.
The dogs are out. So she went and pee and she ran upstairs. It's also raining. So, Yoda's pee.
They leave nurse in the rain.
Gizzy's so adorable.
It just don't feel so hot today.
I know, when she got in bed with us this morning, she was just like laying out all on the pillow, like, just leave me be. Let me stay in mommy and daddy's dark room and just sleep. The weird thing is she's not hacking as bad as Yoda. Yoda did.
Some in there. probably did.
We have 4 dogs, my dear.
Yeah. I just want to see if Gizzy will go eat something.
She probably will. That reminds me, I got to figure out what I'm going to make for dinner tonight, too. The struggle continues. We had a retracted message. That's weird.
Huh.
I know, right? She's going through and retracting her messages. Or their messages. Who am I to say someone's pronouns or not? You know? That's just rude. Do. Elmo's well. That's where my head's at right now.
Crazy.
It is crazy. Like my fight for sleep has been crazy.
Yes.
Expectation versus reality. But with that being said, I'm going to hop off here for a little bit. And I will be back later on tonight, you know, when the energy and my coffee kicks in to its full max. Until then, I wish you guys well. And toodles. Enjoy your weekend if I don't see you.
So shiny.